Here is the large priority mailbox that everything arrived in, and it came with a cute Firefly slime sticker on top. As you can see, all of the slimes were bubble wrapped. Here you can kind of see 3 of the slimes leaked. There were no cracks, so I believe this is because they were either some of them were overfilled and some were just inflated at the time, but I'll talk more about that later. Here I start to take them out of the bubble wrap, which is my favorite part because I find it so satisfying to get to see them all taken out. Messed up some of the labels, which is kind of sad, but luckily I was able to salvage them and it wasn't anything too crazy. Here we have her really cute extras baggie. Comes in this clear bag. I really love the aesthetic of everything. It really is cute, and I love the picture of the slime. It has her social media, and then we have a watermelon Jolly Rancher, and then a slime care card, and then borax. Peppermint marshmallows is $11.40 for a 6-ounce marshmallow foam scented candy canes. As you can see, the slime came very melted, and I'm just going to say that now all of these slimes were very melted, some more than others, and it's kind of weird because they weren't in transit for very long, which made me think that they were sitting for a while, but luckily I had activator on hand and some was provided, so I was able to activate them. This is one of my favorite slimes from the package. I really like how thick and glossy it is. It's like a light pink color. It has super cute candy cane Fimo slices and really small red foam beads that are a nice touch. And it's really creamy and fun to play with. It has great bubble pop. And I never buy marshmallow foams because the marshmallow beads deteriorate into slime. But these seem more firm than usual, so they seem like they might last longer than the normal ones. And I really like them. This is overall really great slime, and I love this scent. It's really sweet and creamy, and it only has a light hint of peppermint, so I enjoy it. You Give Me Butterflies is $11.40 for a 6-ounce clear slime that is unscented and has these beautiful butterfly glitters in it. This slime is absolutely beautiful, and I do not ever buy clear slimes because I just don't like them. They get very sticky and melt very fast, but they're just so beautiful to look at, and I'm still very happy I bought this one. It's fun to play with and it's so pretty, and I love the idea of it. It's really cute, and it didn't fog up that fast, and it has good bubble pops, and it's stretchy, and it's not that thin and it's not that thick either. It's kind of in the middle. Cupcake icing is $11.40 for a 6-ounce butter/clay slime scented cupcake icing. Cupcake Cupcake icing was a pretty nice texture. I like the white color and it had great bubble pops. Unfortunately, the slime had some hairs, and here's one of the ones that I found, one of the bigger ones. And I just want to say, in order to avoid that, you just need to keep your area clean. It's not that big a deal. It's just kind of off-putting, especially in slimes that are white. Back to the slime, I don't love the add-ins. They kind of seem really random to me, especially like Cupcake. I would think like it would just have rainbow sprinkles. I think that's simple enough, and they just have random add-ins like Mickey Famo slices and cloud sprinkles. But nonetheless, this slime is creamy. What I noticed about all of these clay/butter slimes is that they inflate really fast and a lot, which some of you may like. I don't, because then it's irritating. I have to get a container for all of these slimes. But that's not the thing that I didn't like. What I didn't like is that when they inflate, they get super tacky and sticky, and no matter how much activator you put, they just want to stick to you, which is pretty annoying. However, texture and appearance aside, my least favorite part by far about this slime is the scent. It does not smell like icing or vanilla or frosting or anything delicious like that. The scent is really off-putting and weird to me. It smells exactly like the Kawaii Slime Company Circus Cookie Slime, which kind of smells like an old cake or an old cookie or something. And the scent is really not it for me. But it does inflate, so if you like inflating slimes, you might like the scent, but I really don't like the scent, and it kind of makes me nauseous, and it's really, really strong. Your cutie pie is $11.40 for a 6-ounce butter/clay plus snow fizz slime scented apple pie. This was kind of like a DIY slime-ish, but as you can see, it kind of mixed, but I was still able to mix it myself, which was fun. I really, really enjoy this texture. This was my favorite out of the two that I got. I got this one and the carrot cake one. I love the color of it. I love the texture. I have to say her plastic snow must be really good, or just the texture of these layered slimes are down packed, because they do not fall or anything. And every time that I have these layered slimes, the plastic snow always falls out or is weird and clumpy. But these were really nice, and I like how thick and holdable this slime is, and it's very inflating. The only downside is that when it does inflate, just like the other ones, it gets tacky, and I think it has to do with the clay that she uses, so that sucks. And also, I really don't like the scent, and it's very strong. It's not a delicious apple pie scent like I was hoping for, and like it was advertised. It smells like a candle, like a fall candle, which I am known not to like. Some of you may like, but I definitely don't. The scent definitely ruined the slime for me, which sucks. But this was a great texture, so I recommend this texture. Hopefully she does it with a different scent or changes the scent. I'm not sure. I don't know why a lot of shops use these candle-like scents. I don't know if they don't have any good ones out there or what it is. But a lot of the cinnamon scents that I've smelled are not good, so it's disappointing. But I like the texture, and the apple fimo slices in it are super cute. Piglet is a light pink butter/clay slime that's a 6-ounce for $11.40, scented lightly of vanilla, and it comes with this little pink mochi squishy. I love the little pig squishy that this came with, and I'm glad that mine came with it. I thought it wouldn't, but I got mine, which I'm really happy about. It's super cute, and it was a nice add-on with it. This was actually my favorite slime out of the whole package. I love the color. I like the scent. It smells like sweet vanilla, which I'm happy about because unfortunately a lot of the slimes in this package did not smell like what they were advertised. This slime is super thick and holdable and creamy and inflating, and it doesn't get as tacky as the other ones. I really love this slime so much. It is a super creamy slime, and adding activator made it nice and thick. Carrot cake is $11.40 for a 6-ounce butter/clay plus no fizz texture scented carrot cake. As you can see, the slime kind of mixed, but I still got to mix it myself, which was nice. And it was a bit sticky, so I added some activator, but all of them were. This was a similar concept to the apple pie one in the first review. This carrot cake one was a lot more airy and inflating, while the apple pie one was more thick. And I definitely prefer the apple pie one. It was a lot more fun to play with. I think the proportions of the snow fizz to the clay slime were different, which is why the carrot female slices are cute, and it turned into this interesting tan color that's very light. Unfortunately, this definitely doesn't smell like carrot cake. I've smelled many delicious carrot cake scents, and this is not one of them. This smells like old cake, but mixed with like ginger thing. I really don't like it, and it's kind of strong. And the texture is not for me because I prefer thicker slimes, but if you like airy slimes that have good bubble pops, you might like this one. Galaxy ice cream is $11.40 for a 6-ounce butter/clay texture scented vanilla ice cream. It is a marble between purple and blue, and it has glitters in it. The colors of the slime were super beautiful. I love the glitters, and I like how you can still see it in the slime. This was actually one of my favorites from this package, and I like the space female slices. They add a nice touch, and I love the scent. It smells nice like vanilla. It's like the pink Piglet slime, but stronger, and the texture is very similar to that slime as well. This one is just more sizzly, which I like. And for some reason, this one and the Piglet one, unlike the other clay slimes, don't have that tacky residue after being inflated. So I think whatever she does for these two, she should continue doing, because these two by far are the best textures out of all of them. And it's so smooth and stretchy. Choaf fudge is $11.40 for a 6-ounce butter/clay texture scented chocolate and vanilla brownie. I like how glossy this slime was right out of the container. I love the color. I love brown slime, and I like how stretchy it is. The scent sounded amazing, but unfortunately it smells nothing like that. It actually smells like glue, and I found it weird because it doesn't smell like regular like Elmer's glue, you know, the glue in the gallon. It smells like glue sticks, which is weird, but I guess it's better than it smelling bad. But I was really looking forward to a chocolatey scent, but unfortunately that's not what it smells like. But the color is really great. It reminds me of like soft serve chocolate ice cream. It's great bubble pops. It's super stretchy right out of the container. This is also one of the few slimes that didn't really need to be activated, but I added some to try to thicken it up and make it more enjoyable for me to play with because I prefer thicker slimes. But if you want it thinner, then you can leave it as is and it's still enjoyable to play with. I'll just say to add a chocolate scent. That will make it better, but it's still fun to play with. So this slime is called Choaf, which is inspired by the snowman from Frozen, and it comes with these add-ins to make your own snowman. Now the problem I had with the slime was it was nowhere near dense enough, which is when it's like thick and compacted. And as you can see, it's way too floppy and it's not thick or holdable, so it wouldn't hold its shape. And I'm sorry that I'm off camera, but I was trying to make a snowman out of this slime and it was not working at all. But I didn't want to give up, so I decided to use something else for it. So this is a slime called Rocky Road, and it's a cloud cream. The reason that I decided to use this is to show that I think a cloud cream texture or just a denser slime that's thicker like this will be better for the slime. And I wanted to still use these and still build a snowman for you guys and just for myself because I'm just a child, so I wanted to still have fun with it, and I thought this would be cool for the video. So I just rolled 3 balls, one bigger one and then a medium one and then a smaller one for the head. You guys know how it goes, and this texture is honestly perfect. I normally do this anyways for like cookie dough. I think this slime is perfect for that, but I definitely love the add-ins and the concept is super cute. I just think the texture needs to be adjusted. And it's just as fun to disassemble as it is to assemble, and then you still have the pieces in the slime, of course, to do it again. So in the future, if she were to make it a cloud cream, I think that would be perfect. Acai bowl is $11.40 for a 6-ounce butter/clay slime scented acai berries. Ever since I've seen this slime on her website, I really wanted it because I really like acai slimes because I think they're really pretty. Like, I love the color of the slime so much. It's so beautiful. I love the add-ins. I think it's really cool how you get to add them yourself. I like how the shredded glitter represents coconut and how the sprinkles are strawberry and nut pieces. I think that's super awesome. The scent does kind of smell like berries, but also smells like a really strong perfume, so I definitely don't like it. And it smells very similar to the acai slime from Slime Shady Shop. And I really don't like it, and it's really strong, so I'm really unhappy that so many of the scents are like not hitting for me. And I'm not picky with scents at all. Like, I'm happy with just the Fruit Loop scent or, you know, just a nice scent. But anyways, I also don't love the texture. It's not bad. Like, if a slime is stretchy, then, you know, that's decent. At least if it's something you can play with, I think that's fair enough. At least they're not necessarily scamming you. But I don't like how this gets sticky after it's inflated. It's just super tacky, and it makes it not fun to play with, which is sad because it kind of takes away from the experience. But I still love the aesthetic of it. I also wanted to mention that this slime didn't come with a label, but I've seen in her packing videos that sometimes she doesn't put them on 2 to 3 slimes in the order. So I'm happy that not more of mine were missing. Cookies and cream frosting is $11.40 for a 6-ounce butter/clay plus cloud cream texture scented cookies and cream. As I've mentioned many times, I love Oreo slimes. I love the way they look so much, and this is no exception. I like the black glitters and the foam chunks. They're super cute, and I like how this one is kind of different. It has clay, but it also has some instant snow. However, unfortunately, I don't really like the slime because it is on the thinner side, and like I've said before, I like thicker slimes. But I do like how it's different. It's more like a cloud cream, but it is very thin. It's not holdable, but it is stretchy, so that's a pro. And I like the way it looks. It looks almost like an Oreo McFlurry with Oreo pieces. I do, however, like how it gets sizzly when it's inflated. Sadly, this is another slime that gets super sticky when inflated. I think this actually gets even more sticky than a lot of the other ones, probably because the mix of the clay and the instant snow. One thing I don't like is the scent. I get so disappointed with Oreo scents because you expect a delicious Oreo scent or cookies and cream scent or milk and cookie scent, or I was at least hoping a chocolate scent, but it didn't smell like any of those. It just kind of smells lightly of frosting, and it doesn't smell that good either. I'd most compare this to a butter snow, so if you like thinner butter snows, you might like this one. Frosted animal cookie dough is $11.40 for a 6-ounce cloud cream scented vanilla cookie dough. Here we have the only cloud cream out of all of these slimes, and this was the second free slime, and I love the color and the add-ins. They're super cute, and I'm really happy that she gave me the slime. This was the one that I choose for the replacement out of the sold out one, but luckily I was able to review Galaxy Ice Cream as well because I really like that one. At first I wasn't sure how to feel about this slime because it had a weird residue and I didn't like how it felt, but then it got inflated, and unlike the other ones, it didn't get tacky. It actually got really nice and sizzly and super creamy. It like changed into another texture, and this became one of my favorites in the package, and I'm really happy I got it. It's funny how the 2 free slimes were actually 2 of my favorite, but I'm really happy that I got them, and I'm really thankful to her for giving them to me. This slime is super fun to inflate, and this scent is actually not bad. It doesn't smell like described, but it smells sweet and kind of like vanilla. This makes really nice ASMR. Also, I just wanted to mention that most of the slimes came in containers with clear lids, but a few of them came in containers with white lids. And I'm not sure why. I don't have a problem. I like both of them. I just wanted to mention. Birthday Cake Fluff is a butter slash clay slime scented birthday cake, and I ordered a 6-ounce for $11.40, but she gave me an 8-ounce, which would be $14.80. I was very appreciative that she upgraded the size of the slime. Unfortunately, it leaked out, but luckily it was upgraded because then I would have had even less. As you can see, the slime is very sticky, but once I activated it, it was super nice. I like the sprinkles, and I'm happy they're the same, just like the picture, unlike the cupcake icing, which were random. I'm not gonna lie, a majority of these slimes in this order smelled almost exactly the same, and this is one of them, but it smelled on the better side. One of the slimes that smelled like vanilla. This slime inflated a lot, but it didn't get as tacky as the others, but it is a bit tacky. It's something about our clay. Once I activated to my liking, it was a lot more holdable. This is definitely like the most holdable out of the butter slimes, which I enjoyed because I like holdable slimes, and a lot of the other ones were a lot more thin.